The reason you've been feeling so disoriented lately, feeling like, something needs to shake, something needs to happen, but you don't really know what it is. You don't really know what the next step is. Like, it's not fully clear. It's because you are being called not to do more, but to be more. And by be more, I mean, you are being called to give yourself the permission to be you fully. You are being called to give yourself the permission that you so desperately seek in all of the external shit that you source your validation from. And that's no shame, no judgment, no nothing, because we're all there. You get what I'm saying? We all walk that walk at some point. But it's like you're searching for, okay, so now what? Okay, so where do I go now? So what do I do now? What do I invest in now? What's the next action step? And God is like, I don't need you to do nothing. What I need you to do is to be more. I need you to be you. I need you to show up fully. So the things and the people that I have in place that are meant for you can find you. So they can find you. They cannot find you if you are emitting a signal that is not authentically you. Whatever has your name on it can only find you when you are vibrating at your fullest capacity. You get what I'm saying? If you are somebody who is naturally very creative, you have a very creative spirit. Anytime you're having conversations with people, you get inspiration. You think of all these ideas, right? Like you go out in nature and everything is a muse. Like, but the job that you have right now does not nurture that side of you. God is asking you to show up more as that version of yourself, the creator. How can you find more pockets in your life to be authentically yourself? If you're worried about how your art is going to be received, how your ideas are going to be received, how people are going to interpret those things, that's why your life is slowing down right now. Because God loves you so much that he's giving you grace and he's giving you opportunities that are low risk situations to practice that version of you. You get what I'm saying? Like, you get offered a small opportunity where your friend, I don't know, is craving a tattoo, and they know that this is your close friend, so they know that you have a creative mind. So God is affording you the opportunity right there this is low stakes, to be creative. And you can give it to your friend, offer it to them, whether they like it or not. You know what I mean? Maybe it won't hit as hard. If it's something closer to home, it's low risk, you're giving them an opportunity. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to get too deep into that, but you are so loved. You are so loved that God is affording you the opportunity to ride with the training wheels on. Because that's where you're at right now. You stepping into your authenticity is equivalent to a child learning to ride a bike for the first time. You know who you are. You know what you want. But you haven't fully been afforded the opportunity in your life to show up in that. And God is giving you the opportunity in small, low risk situations while everything is slow, while everything is calm. So that way you can integrate it while things are small. Because once they get big, babe, and they will, you have to know how to operate and maneuver through that energy. And it's just your energy. You're just coming home to yourself. You get what I'm saying? So if you're somebody who You speak very candidly. You're very truth telling, and everybody in your life is always taking a lot of offense to that, to the point that you just learn to shut up. You just don't say much of anything no more because somebody's always offended. Somebody always feels a type of way. God is affording you small pockets and small opportunities for you to let your no's be your no's and let your yeses be your yeses. You get what I'm saying? You go to the grocery store and someone offers you a sample. Normally you just take the shit to be polite because you don't want to hurt no feelings. Tell them no. You're not being mean. That's for my empaths, my sensitive empaths out there, because I'm already knowing. But that kindness has nothing to do with being nice. It has nothing to do with being loving or being perceived as loving. That kindness is about being liked. That's another form of external validation. You're extra nice to avoid the confrontation because you want to be perceived as somebody who is kind. You want to be liked. You want people to like you. You get what I'm saying? Because at some point in your life, somebody told you that version of you, that honesty, that bluntness, that candidness is mean. It's rude. It's wrong. It hurts people. When in reality, the truth was they did not have the capacity to face themselves. They did not have the capacity to self-reflect in the way that you were holding that mirror up to them. It was too much, too soon. So they had to dim you. They had to tell you, oh no, that's fucked up. You don't do that. You don't say that about people. You don't, because that was too much for them. That was too much. But you were never mean for saying what needed to be said, because truth is, love is not confusion. Okay? Manipulation is confusion. Selfishness is confusion. Love is clarity. Point blank, period. When you know that something loves you, someone loves you, it's clear. There's no doubt in your mind. You feel it. There's evidence to support it. You get what I'm saying? So your honesty, your truth is one of the purest forms of love. But they couldn't face it. So they had to manipulate it. They had to manipulate you and tell you that that's not cool. And if they loved you, they would have told you that, honestly, you're telling me something about myself that I'm not in a position to receive just yet. It's a lot and it hurts. I'm going to be honest. That is so much more loving than to tell you that who you are for saying what you said is fucked up. Do you get what I'm trying to say here? You get the message? Like, I say all that to say, you are not being called to do more. That's why everything feels slow. That's why things feel stagnant a bit. It's because God is affording you the opportunity to be more, to show up more fully, to show up as the version of you that you've been afraid to allow the world to see. Because every time you let him or her peek through, they got hurt a little bit. But guess what? You have the tools now that you didn't have then. You have the discernment now that you didn't have then. You have the will now that you didn't know that you had then. When you got hurt back then, you were giving your power away. Maybe you were a child, and so you had to answer to adults, and all of your stability came from other people. And so you had to conform in order to feel safe. You get what I'm saying? But that's not your reality anymore. It's safe now. You are safe now. And you feel in your body when something or someone does not align with you now. Everything that you've experienced up until now was preparing you to be yourself fully. It's time.